Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular session of the October 8th meeting of the Acton Agua Dulce Unified School District. We have returned from closed session, which began at 6:30, and we will call this meeting to order at 7:39. I'll now read the district's civility statement. When conducting the district's business, we should communicate clearly and concisely with respect for the time of others, listen objectively, carefully considering the opinions of others, understand the counterproductive effects of disruptive, demeaning, and intimidating behaviors, understand and respect district policies and procedures, and maintain a respect for the rich history of the district and the efforts of others who have served in the past. Time for public comments. I have two. One was available at the 6:30 session and was read. I'll read it again now. From Dawn Schneider. I want to give a huge shout out of appreciation and gratitude to all of my children's teachers during these unusual and unprecedented times. The teachers are going above and beyond to provide meaningful instruction that is both rigorous and relevant. Thank you for all you do. You are appreciated. Again, that's from Dawn Schneider, and she lets us know that she is the parent of a 6th, 8th, and 10th grader. Next, from Andy Kendall. Our elementary school is losing a great principal this month. I believe our district should consider reassigning a person from the district office already on the payroll instead of hiring a new principal or bringing in an interim principal until COVID is over and we know what our attendance and budget will be. We could then invest that money back into our teachers and students. Thank you both for your public input. Is there anyone else? Last call. Thanks to the public for reaching out with your feelings on things, and I want to add to that by telling you that each year the board receives an email from parent Sandy Fosberg reminding us that October is Dyslexia Awareness Month. Her email to the board this year offered some statistics and strategies about dyslexia. This is something that affects a lot of people, and I would suggest you contact Sandy for that information or just ask me to share my copy by email as a matter of public record. In addition to dyslexia, October is Awareness Month for autism and Down syndrome, both which impact the educations of many children as well. If you have an awareness that you would like the board to announce, please contact the district office each month and let us know about that. And let's raise awareness for a number of things, because come May, I will be calling for Cornelia DeLange Awareness Month. I'll be bringing attention to that. So please feel free. Sandy, thank you for your email. It was well written and very informative, and I always look forward to your input. Okay, the next thing, grab your pencils. Remembering the things that take place back there, you can see me, I'm pointing to the closed session area, including personnel matters, student matters, labor negotiations, and legal matters, cannot be spoken of out here. But remembering that I'm always a supporter of transparency and the public's right to know, I will tell you this: if you have even the remotest interest in the district's financial outlook, again, grab your pencil. You're going to want to be intimately familiar with San Diego County Court's case number SCD 266439. One more time, SDC 266439. I also have a comment on the waiver issue. Sit down and grab some popcorn. Things are not always as they seem in politically driven headlines. The headline seems to indicate that there is light approaching at the end of the tunnel. So if I'm sitting here as a parent, depending on my child's educational or athletic performance as a means of helping get into a college by way of a scholarship, this whole thing has debilitated me from the beginning of number one, we can't practice as a team, we can't condition the way we normally do, and we don't have the normal interaction on campus with students that collaborate with each other to perform at a higher level. It's very difficult to have labs and stuff that some of these higher science classes depend on. So when somebody gets on the television and tells me in the interest of politics that, yeah, we're going to do this, there's waivers. Well, in reality, this waiver program is a K through 2 program. I don't think that 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade football players are in K2. And worse than that, this program is targeted to impact, as it rightly should, those people who are most at risk, which are historically the Title I kids, the economically challenged kids. That's who gets free and reduced lunch. And because those kids tend to occur in populations in geographic clusters, they'll be the first ones on the list. And as Mr. King calmly suggested, it will take you the time to put the application together. It will take 2 weeks to look at the application, and then it's kicked back to you. If there's anything not right, then they look at it again. It goes to the state. And I'm 60 years old today, and it sounds to me like my Social Security check will get here before the first people get back to the classroom, much less anyone else. And the worst part about this is we see the headline, we get excited, we have our own personal goals and our personal interests, but we don't get to the fine details. And the lack of those fine details and understanding those fine details often puts people's frustrations back to the local administrators, who are really at the whim of the policy that's going on, that's being made above them. So if I'm a politician in the headlines breaking the news, when reality hits, I can always say, you know what, I tried, I have your best intentions in mind. But in reality, nothing happens, and you are doing nothing but breaking down local confidence that the residents and the people that we service at our level have to face and say, you know, we don't like to hand out excuses. Julie Drake, in the Antelope Valley Press, you did a great article. There's Miss Woolman right on the front page of the Antelope Valley Press. And Julie covered some of the district's technology innovations in support of district learning. And to me, this is regional coverage where somebody that, Julie Drake understands education. It's her focus in journalism. She goes to all these other board meetings. And I thought it was incredible that she talked about some of the things that our teachers are doing. And as Tim said, you pick up the newspaper, you pick up the phone, you find out what people are doing. This is all new territory. But I'm really, really tired of the criticism. And of course you have suffering ADA bleed off. Everyone is having that right now. People are volatile. But I really want to say, you know, sometimes people don't want to get on television or in the newspapers, but I want to give kudos to Lori Woolman, Kelly Sutliff, Ted Pelham, Chip Kralik, and Alexa Lepp. You were all in here. You had some things to say, and you represented the district really well, and there was substance to what you were saying. And to the administration that brings us technologies that promote this kind of innovation, I think we had this Nearpod thing. I'm just up here. I don't know what it is. It apparently lets you take different programs and put them together instead of having this piecemeal thing. And if it's good enough to get regional coverage like this and represent our district well and give our teachers a regional voice to say that we matter here in our little school district, then it's good enough for me. And this is the type of thing that makes me proud that I sit up here. So good job, guys. And administrators, thank you for having the courage to bring forward stuff to the board and just say, hey, let's get this working here. Let's give this a try. And anyway, I'm very impressed with this. Thanks, guys. That's all I have to see. Oh, one more thing. My psychic says that you all should watch the Santa Clarita Valley Signal this Sunday. That's all I have.
Good evening.
Good evening. We've missed you. I mean, I had you here for 3 years in a row or so. Just so you know what's coming from me, once you're done with your presentation, I'm going to want you to walk through each one of the particulars of your material revision in specific and give me the quick down and dirty details of exactly what those mean, and that will be the extent of my questions, so you can prepare for that. I prefer to hear that from you. Okay. And Mr. Martin, now it appears that it won't be necessary for you to run through those things because your staff is already prepared. I like that read into the record. I do have the following requests. I am very interested in understanding when we come back to report out, staff can tell us what the current position controls look like on the oversight of this charter. So that's a basic breakdown of what effort staff puts into the oversight of this group of charters. If the material revision is going to result in any fluctuations on those position controls, I think that's pretty basic. I'd like council to look at each and comment on each plank of the revision, the suggested revisions, and I think that the WIOA partners' explanation is pretty self-explanatory, but especially at this time when the constitution of this board may change, I want to make sure that everybody is informed at the next meeting as to what oversight looks like and how accountabilities are held. So thank you.